Hey guys, I'm Brian, and we're going to St. Maarten. So a few months back, it was vacation time at my house, and my wife suggested that we go on a cruise ship. Now, I've never actually had E. coli before, but yeah, sign me up for that. Anyway, my wife gets to researching these different cruises, and she comes to me and says, hey, this one stops at St. Maarten, where those planes land over the people in Maho Beach. What? You mean I get to go watch planes land and all I have to do is sleep and eat in tight formation with 6,000 people who have questionable levels of hygiene? Absolutely, I'm in. So my wife finds this cruise ship called the Oasis of the Seas from Royal Caribbean, and when it was built, it was the newest cruise ship in the world. I meant to say largest. It was the newest cruise ship, but it was also the largest cruise ship in the world. It was the newest and largest cruise ship in the world. Now I think it's the third largest cruise ship in the world, and we'll get to the planes, but this thing was just decked out. I mean, it had an unlimited number of things to do. They had this rock wall, which I thought was a pretty interesting thing to put on a moving vehicle, but hey, my daughter loved it. They had this zip line that stretched between the two top decks. My wife went on it and I didn't, and I have no regrets about that decision. This ship had one of those wave runner things where you get to surf. This is my kid, check him out, he's awesome. My favorite thing about this is every run ends the same way. This cruise ship actually had an ice skating rink, which I also found was odd. I've been on a lot of cruises, and this is the first time I was praying for bad weather, just so I could see all these people slide to the side of this thing like a bunch of bowling pins. Aside from all the fun activities, the ship itself was pretty amazing too. It had this unbelievable outdoor atrium where once you're down on the ground walking around, you'd really have no idea you're on a ship. There's restaurants and shops, and there's actually trees and a kind of a park. They actually piped in sounds of bugs and crickets chirping, and they had fans blowing to simulate wind. It was the most interesting thing. There was this giant underground area the size of a shopping mall with just unlimited things to do. There's restaurants, bars, so much fun. One thing I did find interesting is, I guess cruise ships are kind of superstitious, a lot like a hotel. You notice there's no floor 13. Just goes from 12 to 14, so I guess they're a little bit superstitious. On the other hand, they're not that superstitious, I suppose. All right, so stay with me. We're getting really close to the planes. So the first stop on the trip was Nassau in the Bahamas, and we got to spend some time on these really awesome beaches. It was just beautiful. Coming from Texas, we really don't have beaches like this. Ours are a little more sad. The next stop was St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands, which, again, landscape and water like we don't have anywhere around me. So it was awesome to get to just be out here and enjoy the warm weather, the warm water, and have some fun out there. We got to sail on a pirate ship and go look at sea turtles and do some snorkeling. So we finally got to Maho Beach, and I remember being worried that I'm only seeing pictures and videos on the internet of the sort of exceptions to the rule, and most of it's going to be little Cessnas popping in and out. No, it was awesome. If you ever get a chance to go here, it was absolutely awesome. I need to say one thing right here. There's this guy who went on a cruise and brought these cameras so he could take pictures of all this great stuff and make videos, and may or may not have left his camera on the ship. And some stuff was returned and some stuff wasn't. So my hope is that I can make this video and it won't be real obvious where I've had to kind of fake it a little bit. I did only return with about a third of the video that I took of the planes at St. Maarten. But hopefully I've edited this in such a way that it won't be obvious where the gaps are. I think I've made it a pretty clean and smooth video, so it shouldn't be all that noticeable. But anyway, let's get to Maho Beach. Let's watch these planes. Let's have fun. So this is the beach at the end of runway 10 where the planes fly over. It seems like you have a plane coming in about every 5 minutes, and about every half hour you have one of these big guys. When I first saw this one headed my way, I thought to myself, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Then I said it out loud, so if I ever told the story later, people would believe me. After it landed, I just thought to myself, that's incredible. That's incredible. Told you. We were all hanging out at a place called the Sunset Bar and Grill. Anytime you'd hear a plane come, everybody would rush out to the beach and grab their cameras so they could see this. Cool. The food was great, but it's a little bit difficult to eat here because the desire to stand up and run out and look at every plane that lands is overwhelming. The wind changed, so we moved over to the north side of the island to continue to watch the planes. I know you're thinking this looks a lot like Founders Plaza at DFW, but you can tell by the wind noise this is obviously still Maho Beach. Oh look, here's a 757 bringing supplies to the island. Sorry for all the background noise. There was a calypso band that's really loud on this side of the island. We walked over to the other side so we could get a different angle. I know you're thinking this looks like Bachman Lake at Love Field, but if this is Love Field, then how come that's the ocean? If you still don't believe me, look, there's Phil, the famous Maho Beach turtle, doing his thing. A lot of people from Alaska come to this island to get warm in the winter. I bet those people can't wait to get off the plane and experience everything this island has to offer. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the video, and if you don't mind, please like and subscribe. It does help me out quite a bit. And if you get a chance to go to St. Maarten, it's something you probably never forget. It was just awesome. And if you can't go there, you can go to DFW Founders Plaza, or you can go to Bachman Lake. Just get out and watch some planes land or something. Anyway, thanks again, and you guys fly safe.